Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our low and slow Thursday workout today. Selling point on low and slow, how does it relate to high intensity? It relates to high intensity in that it will improve your ability to recover from short bouts of more extreme exercise, right? Mitochondrial density is the term that is used, but it's essentially the fibers within each of your muscle cells that are responsible for replenishing the ATP in your muscles, which is what's responsible for the high intensity ability to put out a lot of power, right? And those structures within the muscles will improve in density by doing longer duration, low intensity cardio, right? This is why elite powerlifters who are only interested in putting the maximum amount of weight up possible go for long walks, right? How does that relate to it? It's because of the mitochondrial density. It allows them to recover faster in between workouts, which allows them to get more workouts in. People who get more workouts in get more results, right? And that is the simple fact of it. It is also very protective for your heart. It helps with ventricular hypertrophy, which is improving the size and strength of the actual muscle of the heart. All right, so this is all protective stuff that we do for longevity and for performance at the same time. And the trick is I've tried to make it interesting, right? I try to keep you moving and keep you doing other activities, so it's not just like go sit on a rower for 45 minutes while your brain rots away, okay? So try to do a little bit of different activities and blend those two styles together so that it's a little bit of fun, it's lower intensity, it's not a terrible experience. You should feel good when you're done with it, and you know that it's doing all these good things for you outside of the high intensity world, okay? All right, so let's get right to it. 300-meter row. This is the warm-up first, and it's all going to be done within a 1-hour block. I want you to start with start the workout by no later than 10 minutes after, so the warm-up is relatively short and sweet. That 300-meter row will be followed by calf raises and AT raises, so leaning against the wall, calf raise, squeezing, pushing your toes into the ground, raising the heels up, and then flipping around backwards. Now pushing the heels down and raising the toes up in that backwards leaning position. Next one, heel elevated single leg squats. This is a knee rehab or prehab exercise. So I like to use the handle of a dumbbell like this. Gets my heel up nice and high off the ground. Other people could use the slant board that we have. We have multiple slant boards, and we have weight plates that are just fine to use too. But any way you slice it, get your heel off the ground, weight on the ball of the foot, but heel in contact. And I'm controlling my descent down to a box and then using both legs to stand back up, right? So this is all about the eccentric or elongation of the muscle and the tendon that runs down the front side of your leg, and it helps to straighten out the collagen fibers and restore the elasticity of the patella tendon, okay? Spider-Man stretch plus a reach towards the heel. So I'm gonna do my Spider-Man stretch, and then as I come up, I'm gonna twist towards the leg that's forward, try to reach back and touch my heel, and then back down into that Spider-Man stretch, and then push back again, twisting towards the heel, okay? Next one is getting your stuff out. So you're gonna need a moderate weight kettlebell, you're gonna need a jump rope, you're gonna need a rower, and what else? I think that's it. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. I would like for the whole thing to take less than 45 minutes. So you may get time capped on this one if you're just if your rowing speed is just not enough to get you into that time domain. But also I want you to be flexible with it too. So like if you're still rowing at 18 minutes, stop and go do the other activities, right? I intend for the 2.5K row to be in that like 10 to 15 minute range at a continuous steady pace that keeps your heart rate in the 120 to 190 beats per minute range, right? So after you finish your 10K row, we're gonna do bird dogs. So bird dog is one of the really good spine strengthening exercises, right? Where I'm squeezing the elbow to the knee and then extending the opposite arm and leg, squeezing the glute, squeezing the shoulder, and trying to keep my spine nice and straight. So I don't want to be twisting at the shoulders or rotating as I do the bird dog. Next one, Russian kettlebell swing at the moderate weight, but 20 reps of it. So just up to eyeball height on the Russian kettlebell swing. Yes, this is a tiny little kettlebell. Reverse lunge steps with the kettlebell, and I would just say if the lunge steps with the kettlebell make your heart rate spike up a little too high, then just set the kettlebell down and do body weight or do some assisted lunges. Either way, that's fine. And then finish with some jump rope singles. This is another one that has the potential for spiking your heart rate. Just like running sometimes. Oh gosh, I'm terrible at this. Jump ropes. So it happens to all of us, right? Jumping rope, nice and easy if you can. 100 reps or 2 minutes, whatever comes first, okay? When you finish that, we're gonna try to repeat the whole circuit one more time through, but look at the clock when you finish those jump ropes, right? And make an educated guess about where you're gonna be when you finish the second round, and then just plan the rest of your workout out like that, because I'd like for everyone to get a little chance to do some cool down after the workout is over, all right? And that is our low and slow. Again, the intent and the purpose of this is cardiovascular health, as well as improving your recovery between workouts through improving mitochondrial density at that low intensity heart rate of 120 to 140 beats per minute, but never stopping, never taking long breaks and allowing your heart rate to dip down low, and never going so hard that your heart rate spikes. It's maintaining that 120 to 140, and within that range, it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as your heart doesn't know what's going on outside of its demand, the demand that we place on it, right? So that means we can do fun other things that require skill or that like break up the monotony of a workout and still get a really good cardiovascular benefit out of it, all right? Have a great one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.